seen so far, now that you have a few practices under your belt, surprised you or impressed you that you might not have been expecting just from being back with these guys?
Yeah, I think I think it's a good thing that I feel like we're getting it. We're getting the offense and we're moving at a really good pace right now. We're moving through the installs and guys are absorbing it and they're performing out on the field. It's nice to do that. It's nice to come out here and I feel like the guys aren't thinking that much. They're just hearing the call and they're going. And I think that's a good thing as a quarterback to see the players or to see my teammates kind of go out there and make plays and play fast. It's a good feeling.
What's the give and take been like, Sam? The offense and defense, it seems like some days the offense is winning that battle and some days the defense is coming back and winning.
Yeah, it's just great competition. Whenever we have great competition like that, it's always good for our team, and it's good for everyone to see that too. Whether it's the ones, the twos, the threes, special teams, guys are competing all over the field during practice, and whenever guys are competing like that, it creates great energy, and guys are just going to continue to get better playing like that.
Jameson is known as a slot guy, short type of thing, but you hit him on that long one today. Is that maybe a little glimpse of some of the versatility he can do with the different kinds of routes he's running?
Yeah, I mean, he's so quick, and that everyone knows how quick he is, but man, he's fast too. I think he can hit another gear too. He's got game speed, and especially when someone gets the better of him. If someone maybe predicts what route he's going to run, and they maybe beat him to the spot on one play, the next play he's just going to come out firing. So that's just kind of who he is. He's a competitor, and it's good to see that.
Does he give you maybe the kind of weapon you didn't have last year?
I think Jameson, he's just a really good player. He's a good tool to have. We did have great slots. I mean, Jermaine Kearse was, he was a great slot for us. We kind of use him the same way. Jameson's kind of, he does things differently as well. He's just, we had weapons in the past, so I'm kind of familiar with how slot plays and kind of how they feel. And so I think it's a good thing that I've kind of experienced that in the NFL, because now that we have Jameson, I'm kind of able to predict some of the things he's going to do and find the windows that I need to throw it.
At one point, you and Le'Veon were having a conversation on the sideline. A, do you remember what that was about? And B, has he been the kind of guy who can bring some new insights to you from everything he's experienced? What's that relationship been so far?
For sure. I mean, he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of NFL experience, and I'm trying to pick his brain on the certain route that he ran. I saw one thing, and then he saw another, and we were just trying to communicate back and forth. And again, whenever we can communicate like that, it's really good. It's a good thing for our offense, and it's good for me to kind of understand what he's looking at. Again, because he's experienced more football than I have. So it was just good communication on that route specifically, to kind of see what he's feeling out. And, I think that back and forth, anytime we get that back and forth, it's good for us.
Yeah, what have you observed from last year to this year about Leonard Williams and what kind of a pass rusher he can be, and what's your excitement level to see where he takes us in Greg's defense this year?
Yeah, Leo's always been a force, man. Even in college, I wasn't with him at SC, but there was a ripple effect for sure. And I think that's the coolest thing about Leo is obviously we all know how big of a force he is on the field, but he's really growing into that leadership role. And he's older than I am, but I can see him maturing so much, even in a year. It's awesome to see that. And, again, like I said, even at USC, after he left, you can kind of see guys want to be as good as him, and kind of, they molded their game after his. And I think that's really cool to see. And Leo's such a great guy, he's such a great competitor, and right now he's being a really good leader as well. So when you have a guy like that on the D-line, it again, like I said, it creates a ripple effect amongst the team and the defense.
Fairly deep. With that, do you have to manage expectations at all in terms of distribution? If the guy wants more, what's your role in that?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just about going through the progression. Just continue to find completions because it's hard enough to find completions in this game at this level. I can't really be worrying about who's getting the ball. Obviously, if we have a good matchup, that's another thing. If it's man coverage, and we have a good matchup. Running back, linebacker, tight end on Chris Herndon on maybe not as fast as him. That's one thing, but if it's zone coverage, I just got to go through my reads, and whoever's open, I need to trust them to catch the ball.
Sam, how many different systems did you play in at USC? How many different coordinators?
So when I first got there, Sark was there, but we kind of had the same offense with Coach Helton, so it was really the same system, but 2 coordinators.
Sam, one thing Adam mentioned the other day was that the progress you've made this year is you're willing to kind of tell him, like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me when there's something. Whereas last year, kind of, I guess you heard some folks, you would kind of more stay quiet and just try to figure it out
Yeah.
yourself. So what's that progression been like for you, speaking up and kind of being more communicative with things that don't click for you?
Yeah, I think for me it's just, being real with what's going on. I think communication's key, especially going through a new offense. And last year I was just, a rookie trying to kind of understand what was going on and figuring out what this league was about. And I think looking back on it, I would have communicated a lot more. But now understanding what I did wrong last year and looking back on it, now I'm really communicating with Gase and Dowell and kind of giving them my thoughts on what I think about plays. But at the same time, there's some plays in there that I've never ran before, and it's good stuff. So if I don't run it right or if I don't like it the first time around, I can't give up on the play. I'm going to take Coach's word for it and really just continue to grind through it. There's going to be some growing pains with some of the plays, but I'm loving the playbook so far, and the plays are in there for a reason, because they work, and as long as I just keep growing with them and understand that they're good versus certain coverages, then I'll be okay.
He said, Coach Gase said, after 1 year in the NFL, you might feel like a 10-year vet. Like that's kind of like from the rookie year.
Yeah.
You find that just like everything that you've gone through, like kind of that comparison.
For sure. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a 10-year vet, but I definitely think that, there's definitely a lot more comfortability, I guess you could say, with my teammates, communicating with the coaches, even here, talking to the press. It's just I feel more comfortable, and after doing it for a year, it's definitely. I grew a lot after last year and going through that, so I feel like I'm definitely a lot more comfortable.
Well, you signed a speeding ticket. I saw someone tweeted that.
Yeah.
Is that the strangest thing you ever signed before?
Yeah, I didn't know if I should sign it or not. I mean, I wasn't sure what to do, and then you told me to sign it. I'm sure, if I got in trouble for it or whatever, they could sign it off, but I don't know, yeah.
I think it was like $95.
Was it? Yeah. I mean, I didn't give him my card or anything, so I'm all right.
Besides the mental part of the game, what aspect of your game do you think improved the most in the offseason?
Yeah, I think just getting my body right. I think just understanding what I needed to do to get ready for the season physically. And then, again, there were some fundamentals that I needed to clean up. Again, just making sure that I was staying put in the pocket and not moving too much. But I think it comes back, I thought, I got in really good shape this offseason, and I think it's showing up, and hopefully it shows up during the year.
Daniel Jones is starting his career in New York. Have you been in touch with him?
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
What advice would you give to him as he kind of begins this journey?
Yeah, I would just tell him to be himself. I mean, that was the best advice I got last year, and it helped me tremendously.
Who kind of told you that?
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater was the first one who kind of told me that, and then, I always kind of got that from even my parents. But again, sometimes I wasn't listening to him as much as I should have. But no, when Teddy told me, I kind of understood, because Teddy's such a vet and such a good dude, and guys respect him. I knew that that came from a really good place, and I knew that that's kind of what I needed to do. And once I started doing that, and just kind of put my head down, went to work, things got a lot better for me.
So now your parents are going to realize that you listen to Teddy and not
Yeah, I mean they know. They know. No, I listen to my parents all the time. It's just they try to give me a lot of confidence, and sometimes I'm just like, all right, you know how it is.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Where did he post the? It was on Twitter. I saw Connor.